Hi, I'm Jerica MacMillan, author of contemporary adult and new adult romance, and today I thought I would talk a little bit about my self-editing process. I mentioned in my last video that I just finished book 2 in my Players of Marycliff University series at the end of January, so I always like to let things sit for a couple of weeks before I really dig into them again to kind of get some distance from the story so I can have a better perspective on streamlining everything. So I finished the first draft on January 31st. And this week I started rereading the manuscript so that I can figure out what needs to be done, what needs to be cut, what needs to be fleshed out, and how to make it a better story altogether. I did actually have a couple of people read it and give me some feedback. I've gotten feedback from one of them already, which has been really helpful, and I'm waiting on the second person to kind of give me her thoughts. So that is a really nice thing to have. I do try to keep my first drafts as close to, as good of the story as I possibly can. I try not to have a bunch of extraneous stuff going on so that I don't have to cut huge quantities of the story. This one I was a little bit less clear on where I wanted to go with it while I was writing, so there are a few subplots and little conflicts that didn't end up working out as being that important. So, I'm gonna have to go back and trim some of those. So right now what I'm doing is I'm going through and reading everything again, and with each scene I evaluate what the purpose of the scene is, if it serves that purpose, if that purpose is still a necessary part of the story. So in the case of the subplots that aren't going to be there anymore, I'm not keeping a lot of those scenes, and then what that scene needs, whether it needs to be cut, whether it needs to be trimmed, if some of the information from that scene needs to be put in a different scene, or if it needs to be completely rewritten so that it fits better with the story. So I'm not quite halfway through that process. It's a bit lengthy, and I also have some other side projects going on. I'm not working on a book right at the moment. I'm getting ready to start book 3 in the Rebound series, so I'm excited about that. That's going to be Kate's story. We met her in Rebound Envy. She's Brian's sister, so that'll be fun. I'll talk more about that once we get into that one. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to, editing, and a couple other writing projects. I'm working on a storytelling app that's not widely available yet. It's still in testing. It's called Sequel. So hopefully I'll be able to announce when that's available sometime in the next 3 to 6 months, I'm guessing. But yeah, so it's an episodic thing. So I have another episode to write for that. I just finished one episode this week, and then I need to do another episode next week. And once that's done is when I'm going to start book 3 in the Rebound series, which doesn't have a title yet. Yeah, so I'm still solidifying the title on book 2 of the Players of Marycliff series books and editing that. So anyway, if you have any questions for me, or if you want to contact me, please go over to my website, JericaMacMillan.com, and you can contact me through there. It has my email address on it. It's just contact@JericaMacMillan.com if you do want to email me. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll talk soon.